I got one word to describe this weekend for you, Wyatt.
I
Drama.
haven't. Oh, that wasn't the word I was thinking. Thought it
Exciting
was gonna be
too.
crazy. How about crazy?
Crazy too. Crazy as well. That adds in with the drama. And we're going to break it down for all you guys as best as we possibly can. Welcome to the 17th episode of GTN. And guess what, Wyatt? We'll bring it up here in a minute. The irony is real.
I was about to say there was some irony in there.
We're going to bring that up here in a moment. But as always, I'm the host, Elijah Leonard. Co-host over to my left. And if you're listening on Spotify, that's Wyatt Walker.
What's up, everybody?
Oh boy. Man, we got a lot to break down, Wyatt. We got so much to break down. Bristol, I had no idea was going to have so much happening all at the same time. First of all, truck race. This was the start of round 2 of the chase over in their camp. And I got to say, this was kind of smooth.
It was a really good. It was a really good truck race. I got to watch it. I really don't remember a lot of it, to be honest. I mean, I watched it from the beginning to the back, but then it's like we're recording on a Monday, and the race was a Thursday,
right?
And then you add a guy who has a crappy memory on stuff and forgets some stuff.
Well.
So,
here's one thing I still remember. Josh Rayom had a nasty wreck that involved Raja Caruth, and he got airlifted to a hospital where he has a concussion. But other than that, everything else is pretty good, and he got released. So it's great news, and we really wish Josh Rayom the best of recoveries, his quick and speedy recovery on top of that. So as for Raja Caruth, unfortunately, his night also got cut short, but that's Bristol for you.
I want to also. It's probably going to be more in the breaking and our stories more than anything, but I want to say he finished 25th, but Jesse Little made his final NASCAR appearance.
Yeah. And honestly, that honestly caught me off guard. But, I think this is a way of Jesse Little saying, you know what? I think I'm going to go out on my terms. And I think this was a pretty good way to go out. He'll still be at the races. He'll still be involved in some capacity. But, hey, congratulations on a driving career, Jesse. And wish you the best of luck in your next chapter.
So, how about this? We had a Thor Sport guy getting eliminated last race with Matt Crafton. And yet the next Thor Sport guy wins the race. Ty Majeski
Finally
gets his first ever, not just first ever truck win, but first ever NASCAR win.
Finally.
I'll be honest, every time I see the name Majeski, I just think of the accursed, I think is the correct word for it, 60 car in the Xfinity Series.
I also think about the flip that he had at Daytona 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that too. But anyways, he gets that, and they did a little flip flop at the the first Kansas race, with Zane Smith finishing second. Our boy Parker Klingerman comes home top third, and I loved his pre-race interview, by the way. Post-race interview, when he's like, he's finished in every single position in the top 5 except the first. He's been dying with a Bristol win, and I could see him getting that win.
Right.
Grant Enfinger, another solid race, gets 4th. Matt Crafton, after being eliminated, he gets home top 5. Our pole setter, Derek Kraus, not bad, 6th place. Then you got a bunch of Toyotas. Stuart Friesen, who had a great run too. Christian Eckes, Chandler Smith, Corey Heim, Tyler Ankrum. Him and his teammate ran up pretty well. By the way, Corey Heim rounds out the top 10.
Yep.
I forgot to mention that. John Hunter Nemechek gets a good 12th. Caden Honeycutt. I think this is his best finish yet.
Personally, yeah, I'd say so. This is actually a really good performance for that on point truck.
And you say good performance on that. How about Haley Deegan getting a really good finish of 14th?
I'm really hoping that this could be a race where they start turning things around slowly but surely before this season closes out.
Bailey Curry, good 15th. Tanner Gray beats over his brother, who who Taylor got 16th, and then Tanner got 17th. But that is confusing as all hell. And I say that because Taylor's in the 17, and
Yeah.
he finished 16, and his brother's in the 15, but finished 17th.
Yeah.
This guy, I really do not know. He's starting to let me down a bit. Ben Rhodes, 18th.
Yeah, Ben Rhodes. I don't know what's been going on with him recently. He's in trouble. I mean, because what was it? The last few races probably finished right where he's at, or maybe a little bit better or a little bit worse.
It still surprised me that he made the second round.
It's still shocking to me.
But anyways, Carson Hocevar, 19. I don't think it was a good night for him either. Austin himself, 20th. Jack Wood, 21st. Jake Garcia, 22nd. Wallace Allen, 23rd. Colby Howard got involved in, I think he got involved in an incident close to the very end because he was running up in the front.
Right.
He was running up there doing a great job. We mentioned Jesse Little, Timmy Hill. This is a driver I completely forgot about. Bristol. If we had, I don't think either one of us thought about because we were mainly going playoff drivers. But if we went with regular drivers, none of us thought Matt DiBenedetto. Matty D. Honestly, one of the dark horse guys in Bristol. You have to go back to 16 and 19 Cup Series.
Yeah.
And BK Racing Equipment, when they were still around, he got 6th place. Probably the best finish for that team, if I have to be completely honest.
Yeah.
Unless there's another one. And then 2019 almost won the damn thing was for Ryan Newman and Denny Hamlin getting that win.
I still blame Ryan Newman for that. But still, I mean, that showed why I didn't really like him all that much. But 27th, that's not hot.
I remember him. He had an incident on pit road. He got a few laps down, which kind of sucked.
Yeah, it was only 1 lap down.
I saw his name 4th, and that just like, oh my god, I forgot all about him.
Yeah, whoops.
Sorry, Mandy, but when it comes to Bristol, no one should count you out. Blaine Perkins, 28th.
Leland Honeyman. I was looking at that name too. I'm like, I didn't even know he was in this race. I don't even know him at all.
Chase Purdy, I talked about him. Him and his team were doing well. Then I think something I don't remember what happened to him.
I don't know what happened to Chase Purdy either. Excuse me.
Honor Mosak, 31st. Dean Thompson. They did the announcer curse on Dean Thompson.
Yep.
Talk good about him, and in the next few laps, he's the one getting wrecked.
Damn it, Vince and Phil. And Mikey. Why?
I was about to say, that one. Chris Hacker, ironically, finished 33rd as his number. You mentioned Raja Caruth, 34th, and then Josh.
Rayom.
Lost track of that. Rayom, thank you. Lost track of that last name. And then Spencer Boyd, the last spot.
Oh, man. That truck race.
Now, looking at the points real fast. So, I'm going to give you a minute to get off.
No, I got it. I got it.
Okay, yeah. Okay. With the With the win, Ty Majeski moves on to the championship 4 automatically. He's in there. Chandler Smith is up by 24. Zane Smith up by 11. I thought he moved up. I thought he was higher than that.
If he had gotten more stage points, maybe he would have been a little bit higher.
Yeah, I'm double checking the math real quick. I know I updated that, but I want to make sure that was right. Team Rex, I thought he was also in the 20s. That's up to Kansas. Sorry about this, folks. I have to double check on stuff. Here it is. I was right. I did. Did I not update these? No, I did. I just didn't full on complete it, I don't think.
Oh, there he goes. Yep. I was thinking
Yes,
21.
sir. That's what I was thinking. Is like, that's why it caught me off guard. I'm like, wait a minute, this didn't seem right. Just like, I thought he got 20s as well.
Yep.
Put them all in the right order. I just didn't put the numbers. And I know I did it for the Xfinity Series and the Cup Series, so this was just a truck error on my end.
Whoops.
So my bad, y'all. That one was on me for all watching on YouTube. But now that I got all the positions are right, and I'm double checking them, so now that we got all that squared away, now that we got it correct, the points are correct now. So Chandler Smith is up by 24, and Zane Smith is up by 21.
Yep.
Those two keep having good runs. They might be safe for the championship 4 for Homestead.
Right.
Talladega is the big issue, but I think they might be fine. It'll just be for the final spot. Will be the question mark.
The biggest question mark, of course, but I'm going to make a early prediction on that one. I don't think Stuart Friesen is going to be in the Final Four. I think it's going to be Nemechek. Because personally to me, Nemechek has shown that he has just a little bit more of an edge on Stuart Friesen when it comes to speed, when it comes to the type of equipment that he has. And it's not to say that Stuart Friesen can't make it into the Final Four either. He is going to put up just as much of a fight that John Hunter Nemechek is, but I just think Nemechek just has an edge. I just see it.
I agree with you. I definitely do agree with you on that. John Hunter Nemechek is a driver I think could also make the Final Four. Ty Majeski was, I think, my playoff. I knew I had Chandler Smith and Zane Smith. Both Smith guys were going to go Final Four. I had a feeling that was going to happen.
Yep.
I had Nemechek going too. I think I was always the iffy on like Ty Majeski for the final spot. But since Majeski's in there, now I'm pretty sure I do agree with you. I think Nemechek's up there, and I think they'll be battling with both the Smiths.
Yep.
But I think we can say this. I think we both agree on this. Ben Rhodes is below 18, and if he don't have a good Talladega race, he's in the must-win.
I don't see it.
I think Eckes. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Talladega, there's not really, since there's a move and all that, Talladega is a wild card as it is in the Truck Series, since they only go once a year.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be nuts. Talladega definitely is going to be the biggest wild card out of anything, or out of any race in round 2
series.
in any series, but for trucks specifically in round 2, since since that's the second race, and that's going to be the determining factor as to what the picture's going to look like going into Martinsville.
No, in the Homestead.
Oh, really? Homestead? Are you sure?
Yeah, it's Homestead.
Uh,
They're not going to Martinsville. Not this year. I've checked.
huh. Is that?
Yeah, Homestead.
Well, then Homestead then. All right.
And I literally said that before. You didn't even correct me either. So
I didn't
that's
even
funny.
hear you. I wasn't paying attention. For gosh sakes. Anyways. Homestead. Okay. That better?
No. Anyways.
All right, then Martinsville. Yeah, I'm kidding. Anyways, let's move on.
Yeah.
Xfinity Series. Honestly, the race where I hardly paid attention because I was doing a live stream, and in order to ensure that I had a chat, I had to close the YouTube TV app on the final stage just to save battery. But
Yeah.
I did the best I could.
And I'll be honest, I didn't really watch. I was over at my girlfriend's family's. I didn't get to watch the Xfinity Series, unfortunately. But I did hear about this. So I forgot who ran into him, but Sheldon Creed got his hopes dashed.
Oh,
It
I
was
did
Ty
see
Gibbs.
that.
That's right.
So what happened
Ty
was.
Gibbs. Go ahead.
What happened was Noah Gragson going through turn 2 bumped into Ty Gibbs, and that messed Gibbs up, and then that sent him up into Sheldon Creed.
Which ended Sheldon Creed's hope of even trying to make the
trying to get into the chase. And to be quite honest with you, he was just an innocent bystander. He had no idea that was going to happen. And I hate that for him, because it looked like that he was going to he was going to be fine. Right? If that had not happened, Sheldon Creed probably would have made it in. He probably would have hoped and prayed that some other drivers, like Landon Castle, for instance, have some sort of issue, which he technically did, Castle, but enough to the fact to where it could have taken Landon Castle out, which I think it did. And he would have been fine. He would have made it in. Perfectly fine.
He was still lower points coming in, though, and I think it was getting close to him being in a must-win than pointing his way in, unfortunately. So, with the news on Clements being cleared, having his win official, so
I'm not happy about that. I mean, not for Clements. I'm just not happy about what happened to Creed.
Yeah. Before we go to the finishing result, let's just give a top of the hat for AJ Allmendinger, who clinched the regular season. I clicked out of it by accident.
2 years in a row.
2 years in a row, he clinched the regular season championship.
Oh yeah. Which that's awesome. I mean, I think that just goes to show you the kind of team that he's got with him. I mean, especially Collick, they've turned into such a big deal, and that they've got Allmendinger on their team. That pretty much proves it. Back-to-back regular season champs, won a pretty good amount of races. Could have won last year's championship had he not had some sort of issue, but hey, still, put up a good effort nonetheless. But here we are this year. He's got another chance.
Yeah, but you have to fight some other good, powerful drivers to get through it. So let's go through finishing results. 3 in a row for this guy. He is starting to really become. If he wasn't a championship threat before, he's a really championship threat now. Noah Gragson wins his 3rd race in a row, and now he has win number 6.
I gotta throw this in here. Did I not call it? I called it.
You did call him winning. You did call him.
I looked.
Right.
I saw the finish results. I saw Gregson pull up into victory laps. Yes, I freaking called it. Let's go. I got something right.
And he beat out Brandon Jones, and that was a good finish at the end there.
We'll bring up Brandon Jones here in just a moment because there's a little bit of irony that went on between these two.
Yeah. And going there, the person who clinched the Rookie of the Year, who's now Rookie of the Year, which we basically know two of the Rookie of the Years, kind of know the third one, to be honest. It just hasn't been official just yet. But Austin Hill finished third, and since Sheldon Creed, his teammate, is not in the playoffs, Austin Hill has clinched the Rookie of the Year,
Mm-hmm. Good
which
deal.
I don't think anyone expected Austin Hill to be the Rookie of the Year.
When you really think about it, with the kind of performance that he's had this year, you kind of just had to expect it in the back of your mind.
I mean, I meant like coming in before the season. Like, we all thought Sheldon Creed was going to do
Oh, no,
good.
of course. Yeah.
But Austin Hill has really shown up in that 21, and he's doing good. Yes, his 2 wins came at super speedways, but you look at all the other races, he's been top 5. Road course, he's been doing good. He got
Yep.
third here at Bristol. He's not. He's a guy you need to keep an eye. He may be. I don't think he's going to make it to the Final Four, but he may be a sneaky sleeper that could sneak his way into the Final Four if you're not careful.
Yeah.
And I knew this guy was going to do good. He proved me right. He didn't win, unfortunately, but I knew he was going to go up there. Sam Mayer, 4th.
Yep.
I knew he was going to do good, and I'm proud of him. He didn't win, but he still got top 5. I'll take that.
Oh, yeah.
Got Riley Herbst 5th. AJ Allmendinger, who clinched the regular season championships. Regular champion, 6th. Josh Berry got 7th. Stephen Parson got 8th. Nice job for that team.
Super proud of him.
Justin Allgaier 9th, good top 10 for him. Ryan Sieg, we'll talk about him in a bit, gets 10th. Ironically, that's where he qualified. Bailey Curry with a good top 12. Jeffrey Earnhardt gets 12th. Anthony Alfredo, 13th. Sammy Smith, I'm surprised he didn't do a whole lot better than. He got 14th. Jeb Burton, 15th. Jeremy Clement, 16th. Kyle Weatherman, 17th. Sage Karam, 18th. Ryan Ellis, 19th. Daniel Hemrick, 20th. Josh Williams, 21st. Myatt Snyder, 22nd. Joe Graff Jr. CJ McLaughlin. Chris Wright. Alex LeBay. Patrick Emmerling. Ronnie Bassett Jr. Nicholas Sanchez.
Let me point something out about Nick Sanchez before you go on. This is a race that Nick would easily want to forget. He had so many issues. It's not even funny. This guy has so many issues. Spun out, hit the wall. I don't know what to say. Like that's a debut that Sanchez is easily going to want to forget. But continue.
Got David Starr, Bobby McCarthy, Mason Massey, JJ Yaley, BJ McLeod, Landon Castle. Not good for him, and we'll talk about that. Ty Gibbs finished 36th. Sheldon Creed, 37th. And Brandon Brown. I have no clue what happened to him.
He had an accident.
Yeah, like it says.
Yep, that's true. Okay.
So now, I think we might be able to do this. Since now they're in their playoffs. But looking at now, we got all 12 of the drivers. Really?
You misspelled Allgaier. Okay, good. It's now correct.
Anyway, since he's correcting my work, I was one of those damn nerdy kids in high school.
Hey.
So looking at it, instead of having AJ Allmendinger as the top seed since he's regular season champion, Noah Gragson with 6 wins is the seed, and all this is I got all this from uh from the source I usually do. They have them in that order, so it's surprising that Gregson is the top seed,
Mm-hmm.
and that shows how many playoff points he got.
Yeah.
So Noah Gregson having a dominant season, 6 wins already. Ty Gibbs second. Uh, I should mention Noah Gregson's 46 points ahead. Ty Gibbs 33. Allgaier 28. AJ 27. Josh Berry 17. Hill 11. Brandon Jones 5. Jeremy Clements is tied with Sam Mayer, but since Clements won, he gets the higher seed than Mayer.
Yeah.
So Mayer is tied with Clements, but out. Daniel Hemrick out by 2, Riley Herbst by 3, and Ryan Seek by 4. So looking at this, I think we should go ahead and make our predictions.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Should we just? I don't remember if we're doing it for the next round or do we think or a championship for like who we think's getting eliminated in which round.
Well, that's what we did for Trucks and Cup.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
So, man. Well, since you brought it up, you go first.
Well, our first our first 3 races are going to be Texas, Talladega, and Charlotte Roval. So this is going to be interesting, to say the least. To throw this out of the way, I think Clements will be one of the first ones eliminated.
Oh, easily.
Clements got lucky with that Daytona win. His only chance is Talladega, but I really don't see it. Don't see another luck win come out of there. I think Clements will be one of the first ones eliminated. I hate to say it, but I think I'm going to have to say the same thing with Daniel Hemrick. Hemrick has not had the season we all thought he was going to have.
Yeah.
And it's showing, and I just don't see it sparking attention. I'm going to say a surprise one. I say surprise one. It's not a huge surprise, but I kind of see it. I don't really see any of these tracks doing well for him. Unless there's a more stats that you have better than I see. Brandon Jones.
Depends on what happens to him. Yeah.
I don't see Brandon Jones doing all that well. And I'm torn between Mayer and Herbst. They're both having really good seasons, but I'm trying to think of the races. All 3 races. I don't think Mayer raced Texas in the 8, but I don't remember where he finished.
I don't know either.
Herbst, almost every time he's the one of the first guys eliminated out of the first round.
Yeah.
I think last year he actually made it to the round of 8, but I just see more confidence in Junior Motorsports than I do Stewart Haas. I think Mayer makes it in, and I think Herbst is eliminated.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did I say something about Sieg?
No, I don't think you did.
Actually. Who did I say? Clements, Hemrick?
Clements, Hemrick, Herbst,
Jones.
And Jones.
Actually, I don't see Sieg making it, to be honest.
All right.
Sieg got lucky. I
Yeah.
mean, at the beginning, Sieg was doing well, but now at the end, he's starting to get further and further back. I forgot about Sieg. So, think Sieg might be gone. Think Hemrick's gone. Think Clement's gone. And I'm still going to go with my gut on Brandon Jones. Mayer and Herbst. Herbst will actually make it to the next round. Forgot about Sieg.
Yeah.
Sieg, Hemrick, Clements, Jones. Everyone else is fine and will make it. Then the next 3 races, we got Vegas. I think they're racing Martinsville. I don't know the final race they're going to. Let me look that up.
Vegas, Homestead, Martinsville.
It is going to be those 3 in that order. Okay. I just wasn't 100% sure. I wanted to double check on that. Vegas, Homestead, Martinsville. I'm going to go with like last year's thinking, and this is who I think are going to be the first 2 locked in by wins. Might be the only 2 because he may win back to back unless someone else gets it. I think Noah Gregson and Josh Berry are the first 2 locked in. Obviously, Noah Gregson at Homestead. Gregson has been itching for a Homestead win. He's been so close so many times. He's going to get it. But this is why I say Josh Berry. What's the first track they're going to?
Talladega. No, wait.
No.
Texas. That's right.
The round of 8.
Well, you weren't that specific. Vegas.
I already said he's getting eliminated. He said he's getting eliminated from the round of 12.
Yeah, but that time you weren't that specific.
The first race of the round of 8.
There you go. Vegas.
And who won that in the number 1, replacing Michael Annett?
And of course it was Josh Berry.
That is why I think Josh Berry, he has the same, it may be different number, but if you get about that same exact car, Josh Berry might win and be that dark horse that dark horse Final 4 guy I was talking about.
Right.
That could have a shot. But I think on that part, I think Herbst is out. I hate to say it, I think Austin Hill's out.
Didn't you already have Herbst going out in round 1?
I changed my mind on that because I forgot about Sieg. I had Sieg, Hemrick, Clement, and Jones. Mayer and Herbst went on the next round.
Well, okay. I see. Well, I thought you changed your mind on Brandon Jones. That's where I'm kind of mixed up.
I kept my gut feeling on Brandon Jones. I just have a gut feeling on him. It's a bad gut feeling. I just have a feeling.
Well, it's a good gut feeling that turned bad.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But this is where Herbst ends. I think this is where Austin Hill's done. I think Ty Gibbs will be safe. I don't think he's winning any of the 3 races, but I think he'll be fine making it to the final. So yeah, I think he's going to be the final 4. But now it's between Justin Allgaier, AJ Allmendinger, and Sam Mayer being the final spot. And I like Sam Mayer. Unless he could bring another car like he did at Martinsville, I don't see Sam Mayer making it either.
Okay.
Unless he brings the same car that could have won from the first Martinsville race, I don't see Sam Mayer making it.
Right.
I like Sam Mayer. I just don't see it. Justin Allgaier or AJ Allmendinger. I think this is where regular season champion pops more in. I think Allmendinger. I think Allmendinger makes it, and Justin Allgaier does not make it to the Final Four.
Yep.
So my Final Four is Noah Gragson, Ty Gibbs, AJ Allmendinger, and Josh Berry. And who do I think the champion belongs to? Noah Gragson. I think Noah Gragson will be the Xfinity champion, and then he will be the champion moving up into the Cup Series.
Good deal. It's a very good deal. I like that. That's a very good deal. Okay. So, my turn. So, I think I'm going to easily agree with this one, but I'm going to change it up a little bit. Sieg's going out. Clem's is going out easily. Hamrick's going out. And then, so, Sieg, Herbst, Clements. Man, I'm going to say, Gosh, that's so tough.
You had Sieg, Herbst, and Clements.
Yep, Sieg, Herbst, Clements.
All right.
But I think Daniel Hemrick will also get eliminated as well.
So basically the same thing as me, but instead of Jones, you had Herbst.
Yes. All right. Well, here comes where the dividing line is going to happen. Round 2 eliminations. Here's the thing: Gregson's making it on the Final Four easily.
Agreed.
Gibbs making it to Final Four easily. He is going to win though, at one race. My thought is Vegas for Gragson, Homestead. So those two are making it in.
Okay, I like that.
Allmendinger's getting in pretty easily.
Agreed.
So that leaves one final spot
Between 5 drivers, and you haven't even eliminated any yet.
You'll figure out the eliminations once I figure out the final driver to go into the Final Four. And I think I've probably figured it out pretty easily. Austin Hill. Moving it on to the Final Four. So that means Allgaier, Berry, Jones, and then who was the last guy? Mayer. Okay. Mayer eliminated. So So Final Four.
The line didn't really draw a whole lot.
Yeah, Gragson, Gibbs, Allmendinger, Hill moving on to the Final Four. I just don't see Josh Berry moving on to the Final Four. I don't think he's Final Four material.
He may not be Final Four material, but then again, neither is the rookie Austin Hill. Let's be honest. But
you never know.
I mean, that's why I said I like how we both, instead of going with like the veteran Allgaier, we both went dark horse route. We both went kind of dark horse route on the younger guys, newer guys, I should say. I like how we both went that route.
So now, the champ. Man, I think it.
Ty Gibbs.
Most likely is going to come down to either Gragson or Ty Gibbs.
Oh wow!
To be quite honest with you, Allmendinger could be that third horse in there, but I think as many kitchen sinks as he's going to throw at these two kids, I don't think it's going to be enough.
I think he could have been a real factor last year. I think Allmendinger should have won a championship last year.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda, yeah. But I'm still happy that Hemrick won last year. So, I mean, that was a great Cinderella story. But to be quite honest, I'm really torn between these two. But as much as I hate to say it, as much as I freaking hate to say it, Ty Gibbs, man. I hate saying that. Listen, they both have speed. Gragson and Gibbs both have the speed. But if I'm being honest,
biased.
and unbiased, it's Gibbs, man. I really hate saying that, but it's gonna be Gibbs because Phoenix is not that bad of a track for him. I mean, he's shown it in ARCA. Even though there's no competition in ARCA, so he could easily go out and make it look easy. Yeah, I'd say it's gonna be Gibbs. I would love to see Gregson prove me wrong, and I really hope he does.
How about this for a stat for you? Gregson won Phoenix earlier this year.
Yeah.
If he brings that exact same car, might be a threat. So
Could be. Very well could be.
I think we're gonna both agree that whoever wins the championship between those two is moving up. They're both moving up the cup. Moving up the cup, anyways.
Yeah.
One's official, one's not. But
Yeah.
we do know. But we expect Gibbs to be moving up cup, which I feel like there's still more conversations that we need to have on that, on the whole play, on like the whole silly season stuff. But
we'll get there soon. All right, Wyatt. Are we ready to do this? Are we ready for this? Are we ready to cover this cup race?
We're ready, but I don't know if they're ready.
Oh boy, this is gonna be a headache. So we kept track of everything that was going on in this race, and we were counting. First of all, within 50-something laps, 5 Fords have caused a yellow. 5 Fords, most notably Ryan Blaney, who not only had a right front tire go down, but killed something in the right rear that caused another right front tire to go down, and the crew was doing literally everything possible to keep him out on track, and he was as slow as a snail throughout that whole race. And we were trying to tell him, Blaney, get off the track. Blaney, it's over, dude. Get off the track. But he was still kept going.
He still made it to the next round. That's the good thing about him. I think he would have been fine either way, but
oh my gosh. But
you look at all, and you mentioned all the other Fords have issues. His teammate, Austin Cindric, who did continue, he had a right front happen too. Let's bring up another Ford. How about the first Ford I think is actually out of the race. No, he continued. I thought he was out. Caused one of the first instances, but JJ Yaley had an issue.
I'm surprised they didn't include him in the. Burton. Yeah, Burton had 3 tire failures, 3, all of them right front. These guys, man. I've heard something about these drivers are not wearing the tires out. It's just they're doing, the tire is just, I don't know, it's just going away by itself. But that's what I heard. Bristol was, oh my gosh. But hey, good racing though. I mean, I'll give it that. On the entertainment scale, the drama scale was like way up there.
Man, I think I was the one who just was messing with like the points, like positions. You saw me close to the end where had a whole bunch of incidents, and I kept watching the playoff, like the positions, counting the points and all that. Which this is probably the biggest first round elimination I have seen since I've started watching the racing and since the playoff format has started.
This is the wildest. Oh, these are the wildest eliminations I've ever seen. Eliminations that you wouldn't even expect. Let's talk about one of them, Kevin Harvick, who had his back against the wall. We had him in a must-win situation. On several different occasions, he was getting his way back up there, and it looked like that he was gonna point his way in, right? No.
Right.
The last pit stop. The left front tire is not secured onto the wheel, and that's what kills his hopes.
He did rally up to a top 10, but that top 10 couldn't save his playoffs
It
hopes.
wasn't
Kevin Harvick
enough.
was the first guy eliminated. Now,
Man.
the second guy, let's just say this: he was no surprise. We all, everyone had him, even with all the craziness. We all knew he was going out. Austin Dillon was
Yep.
involved in a big one that involved Suarez, Reddick, Stenhouse, a bunch of other drivers.
Really, I personally don't think it's a big one if it involves like 5 cars, but
Not true. Well, for Bristol.
for Bristol, it's a little one.
So Austin Dillon, no surprise, is out. The heartbreak, I think, that I knew I had him going to the Final Four. A bunch of guys had him like probably being a dark horse champion. I thought he was going to be a dark horse champion. Out the first round, Tyler Reddick.
I feel for him. I really, really do, man. Because this was his first appearance in this, right?
No, second appearance.
Second, okay, but this was his first as a winner. The thing is, it's just, the 2 races, man. I think it was 2, or maybe 3. If I don't know what happened at Darlington.
Darlington, he finished third.
Okay, so but Kansas. So then it was Kansas and then Bristol where he had the worst luck. Man. I don't know what to say. I really don't. You want to know somebody else I don't know what to say about? Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch, the final guy eliminated. And he was the main guy I kept my eye on because he had an engine blown. I do not know what lap. It
Lap
was around
269. Nice. But no, seriously though. What? This is all after his announcement that he's going to go to RCR. He starts off round 1 with a blown motor with what, 20 laps to go under caution. Next race, I think he finished pretty deep. No, he spun out. He spun out off turn 4. Okay.
He spun out, got laps down. I think he finished 32nd.
And then this race, 34th, blown motor, past halfway. All of them, ironically enough, in an M&M's car. How does everything just come in full circle for Kyle Busch? Mars announces they're leaving. The contract negotiations popped up. We had no idea where he was going at the time. And this probably was getting to Kyle's head, producing these kinds of results. Some, not his fault.
I kind of want to point this out, and I don't remember where I saw this. I think it was on an Eric Eastep video. It had a comment, and I loved the comment, and I thought it was funny as all hell. This is not a good day, not a good start for RCR, past, present, future.
That's funny. Past, present, and future. That is hilarious. I saw somebody tweet that. Like, this was, I think, RCR having themselves a really good start. Harvick eliminated past RCR driver. Reddick and Austin Dillon, current RCR drivers. Kyle Busch, future RCR driver. Gone. All gone.
In one round.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
That was amazing. So now, we'll say we'll talk about who made it in, but let's go through the finishing results. And how about our winner? And I didn't know this. I actually saw this today. He made his 250th start.
I did see that.
And won. I did not know this. ironically, half of Logano, who made his 500 start.
No, yeah, and Logano had issues himself, but hey, it gave way to somebody like Chris Buescher. And here's the thing, RFK, they were fast. Keselowski, it looked like he was going to win the thing. Then he popped a tire. He was pissed. Then Chris Buescher comes along, and he runs away with the lead. Chase Elliott can't even catch him. And Buescher wins, and I'm really happy to see that. And even, especially, we could see Josh and Sean happy about it because, one, he's a Texas native. He did it for Texas. Two, it's about damn time he actually won a race. Not fog shortened, not rain shortened. Actually cross the line and take a checkered flag in the cup level. It's about time.
And the last time that 17 car has won was Ricky Stenhouse Jr. back in 17.
Yep. Ironically.
But can we just get through this out of here?
Let's go for it.
That no playoff driver won the first round.
Which that was also nuts. That was nuts.
And keep in mind, these three drivers were a fight to try to race their way in to get in the playoffs in general. And then Eric Jones, Bubba Wallace, and Chris Buescher won. I'm already calling this now. I don't know about Texas. I think a national playoff driver will win Texas.
Probably.
But I am predicting Michael McDowell will win Talladega and prove and add on to that.
And here's
which will be funny as hell.
Here's two more things, but I think one thing went under the radar. The other one we already pointed out. 19 different winners. We've tied the record for 2003. So one more winner and then one more different winner, then the record's broken. 2 non-playoff drivers for all 3 manufacturers when all 3 of the races in round 1.
I actually did not catch
Chevy
that.
won the first race, Toyota the second, and Ford closes the deal. And here's something funny. I pointed this out during the post-reaction. Carter Friesen posted up on Twitter, Ford has had multiple tire failures, multiple problems, and yet they still won. But man, I'll take this one. Actually, you do it a lot.
You're going to take this one?
I'm taking this one. So here we go. You do it a lot. It's my turn. So going through the Cup results, top 10 goes as follows. In this order, Chris Buescher, Chase Elliott, William Byron, Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson in car number 5 finishes P5, ironically enough. Ross Chastain finishing in 6th, Allmendinger 7th, Cole Custer 8th, Denny Hamlin 9th, Kevin Harvick, we talked about him. Good run, but no cigar for him. He rounds up the top 10 and gets eliminated.
Before you continue, how about we give a good run to Cole Custer, who has a top 10, who hasn't really running all that well this season, got a great top 10. And Christopher Bell, and William Byron
both had fast cars.
Had great, not just in the race, but in almost every single race in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And Danny Hamlin finished top 10 as well. I don't know where he finished at Kansas.
Second.
But he finished second at Kansas. Those 3 drivers have done really well the first 3 races of the season.
Absolutely.
You gotta watch. Those are 3 drivers you gotta watch for the rest of the season. Anyways, continue. And there's some notable drivers who've done really well as well.
Here we go. So 11th through 20th, Michael McDowell, Justin Haley, Brett Keselowski, who we talked about, Chase Briscoe in car number 14, finishing P14 once again. Corey LaJoie finishing in the 15th position. Harrison Burton 16th after 3 tire failures. Comes back, finishes 16th. Great effort. Cody Ware, out of nowhere, finishing in the 17th position. Todd Gilliland 18th. Daniel Suarez 19th. Austin Cindric, who just got into the chase, got into round 2, rather, I should say, just by a hair. A hair. He even posted up a clip of him missing Kyle Busch during a practice session. That was what he used as a representation of him just barely making it onto round 2.
I didn't see that. That's kind of cool. We mentioned little drivers like Michael McDowell, Justin Haley, got LaJoy, Cody. Well, here's
Cody Ware.
Cody Ware is a surprise. Todd Gilliland, a good
Somebody
top.
somebody said, and this was during a offline race that I was watching, and somebody said that Rick Ware racing is terrible in real life. Um, are you really sure you're gonna double down on that? Because these next gen cars have so much parity. Cody Ware could be running inside of the top 10 one day, for all we know.
He got like top 5. I mean, yes, it's Daytona. Yes, it's Daytona. There was a lot of cars that got caught up in the rain. Huge one, but Cody Ware did get top 5
He
in that
did.
race.
I mean, and let's be fair. The 51 car for Rick Ware Racing is the strongest car, partially because it's the flagship car. It's Cody Ware, but still, even with one of their cars, they perform pretty decently now. Nowadays, if it were the Gen 6 era, they would be way in the back.
They're still winning. They're still winning in the back sometimes, but they
With
have
the
some good moments. Got Cody Ware, good top 15. Not Cody Ware. I'm sorry, Corey LaJoy. Sorry,
yeah,
no disrespect to Corey LaJoy. I'm sorry.
Derek's coming after you.
Yeah, I know he is.
But here we go. 21st through 30th. Eric Jones, Landon Castle, J.J. Yaley. B.J. McLeod, Tyler Reddick, Ty Dillon went out with steering issues. Joey Logano with his suspension problems. Steering issues for Eric Almirola. Parked him on lap 418. Bubba Wallace and Ryan Blaney both complete the top 30. These two guys. Bubba Wallace, first of all, yes. Changed the tires, but there was fluid on the tires, and what did they do? They pushed him behind the wall. I thought they were going to send him back out.
Yeah.
Nope, they didn't.
They did.
Oh, they did. Well, at first they didn't. Then they did.
A lot, like over 100 laps later, but they saw him out.
He came out with 90 laps down. But Ryan Blaney, I'm still shocked that he, even with a 30th place finish, with all the stuff that he went through, still made it
out. And it's funny. 2311. Well, Bubba Wallace to 2311, not Ty Gibbs. If he would have gone past Kyle Busch, then we would put him in this. But Bubba Wallace to 2311 screwed Kyle Busch.
They did.
Making it.
They did. They did.
Bubba Wallace and Joey Logano and technically Tyler Reddick. He's got some positions too. They screwed Kyle Busch from making it to the next round.
It is what it is, though. And then the final 6 drivers finishing in this order: Austin Dillon, Alex Bowman, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Kyle Busch, Ty Gibbs, and once again, Martin Truex Jr. going out with steering issues.
And he's not the only one. Ty Gibbs had steering. Yes, he was involved. He had issues after Bubba Wallace, his teammate, but he's also out with steering issues. And we had other bunch of drivers complain about steering issues, mainly the Toyotas. I think Kyle Busch may have mentioned something about it. I remember Denny Hamlin had some complaints about it.
Yep.
Christopher Bell was the only one that didn't complain about it, but he did have a tire go down.
And he still finished 7th or 8th. Top 10 still. No, top 5 rather. Still nonetheless.
So now we look at the playoff round of 12. But I'm actually going to change that number. 12 there. I'm actually going to go try to change that to 8. but the 12 playoff drivers, and I honestly am surprised that some of the regular points did not go over, because I honestly don't think Elliott should be first. Yes, he got the playoff points to reset and regular championship to help him out with that, but do we really think Elliott deserved to be the first seed?
He really didn't do all that well in round 1 anyway.
If anything, 5th, 6th, and 7th seed, I honestly think should have been higher.
Yeah.
Than where they are right now, if I have to be completely honest. But nonetheless, Chase Elliott is up by 31 points going into the next round. Joe Logano up 16, Chastain 11, Larson 10, Byron 6, Hamlin 4. There's a three-way tie for 4 with Hamlin, Christopher Bell, and Ryan Blaney in that order, and they're all above cut line. Below, we got Briscoe, Bowman, Suarez, and Cindric.
Well,
So, who do we think's making the round of 8?
well, really, to be quite honest, if I'm looking at it right now, it's all of those drivers inside the top 8. All of them.
Really?
To be if I'm being honest with you, one change, if there's one change that I see, Alex Bowman could get into the round of 8, knocking somebody like
Blaney.
Could be Blaney, but if I also would have to take a guess of my own, I'd probably I'm looking at William Byron, his teammate.
I kind of agree with that. And I find this something funny. Everyone's saying they want to get payback on Ross Chastain when it counts, but no one's gone after Ross.
Which
It's been 3 races, even Bristol. I mean, yes, Bristol's good with paybacks and stuff, but no one's going after him.
that's still pretty surprising to me. That not even Denny Hamlin has done anything to screw over Ross Chastain. Maybe, here's what I think could be happening. Let's say Ross Chastain gets into the round of 8, or moves on to the final 4. I think they might be playing games with him. Because if he moves on to round 3 or the final round, they're going to screw him over. Either way, they're going to screw him over.
Yeah.
They're waiting.
But let's look at this for a minute. It's like, my opinion, I do like that, and I was watching Iceberg's. I was watching Iceberg's video about round 12 one again. And it's like, there's some drivers who are iffy on this round because always a good round. Some drivers are good at some parts of the round, some are bad. The drivers he had way more confidence than others were like Logano, Bell, Hamlin. I think Ross was also a good one too.
Yeah.
But you look at he gave praise to Bowman.
Yeah.
Which, in my opinion, I do see Briscoe going out. I see Suarez going out. I see Cindric going out. But I'm not. To me, I think Bowman squeaks his way in. But I agree with either Byron or Blaney.
Right.
The last one out.
Right.
But either way, this is gonna be an interesting round because the round of 12 is always the craziest one. You survive this, then you have a chance.
You got a pretty good chance indeed. Oh, well, we'll see how round 2 starts, but let's get into some of the silly season stuff we were going to talk about. First of all, let's get to the Xfinity side and Brandon Jones. Let's focus on the irony between Noah Gragson and Brandon Jones, and more particularly, the ride that is wide open for Noah Gragson after this year. It was announced, which didn't see this coming, that Brandon Jones is signed over to the 9 car for Junior Motorsports. Now, I gotta be honest. Did you really see that coming?
I did not see that coming. I think we were all expecting like a young truck series driver moving up, be filling 9, but no one. I don't think really anyone expected him go to the 9, which I finally realized why you think it's ironic between those two, and while I was seeing the ending, I was kind of laughing at the irony.
Yeah. So now what this means is, I mean, and we even talked about this beforehand, before recording this show, or this episode really, but still same thing, that another thing was added on. The Joe Gibbs Racing Xfinity Series program for next year, it's a clean slate. No one's in the 19, no one's in the 18, and there's a really good chance no one is going to be in the 54. So there's a lot of predictions that were questions and predictions that are thrown around here as to who is going to be in those cars, who's going to be in what car in 2023. So
now, go ahead.
For the predictions that I had, and I went off of the article that I was reading that stated this. If I can get back up there. So I predicted that the 18 was going to stay as a part-time car. So anybody that would just get into that 18 car, like, I don't know. Let's say if he stays as a Toyota driver, Corey Heim. I'll get to him in a moment. But that 18 car is going to be a part-time car. So full-time, I predicted Sammy Smith to jump into the 19 car. And John Hunter Nemechek, should he stay as a Toyota driver, go into the 54. And as for Corey Heim, he'll go full-time in trucks. But depending on the contract deals going on at this team, he could be in a Hattori Racing Enterprises truck. I see him most notably in the flagship truck, the 16.
So where would Ankrum be?
That is a good question. As far as Ankrum, I haven't really gotten that far, but depending on his contract status, he could go to a Chevy team. Which one? I don't know. We'll see.
Well, I have an interesting thought on that one, but my thing is, my kind of predictions, I think they have the 54 be the part-time one. And if I have to be completely honest, I think they're bringing the 20 back. I think they're going to bring the 20 back. They've usually had, like, it was always like the 18, the 20, and the 54, if I'm correct. They didn't really have the 19 till Brandon Jones came over. So, and in my opinion, I think the 54 is part-time. I think they bring the 18 back full-time with Sammy Smith. And I think Nemechek goes to the 20.
Yeah.
With the 54 being the part-time. Which I think we can both agree that we think Nemechek is moving up to Xfinity and Sammy Smith going to be in Xfinity Series as well full time.
Absolutely.
Just how well he's doing good.
Absolutely.
But that does. Go ahead.
I think there's probably some room for him to, Sammy Smith really, to probably make a truck start or two. With which team? I don't know. I mean, we would say KBM, but they're going to a Chevy team most likely. Which it's gonna happen anyway. Why am I saying most likely? And
the only guy who looks like he could be in that team, which if they did have to have if they did bring the 19 back, and if anything, you can't count out that I lost his name for him. Hold on.
That Jones boy.
Chandler might go to a third full time in the Joe Gibbs Xfinity if they keep the 19.
Very well could.
But I think Kyle Busch sees Chandler as a good asset and may keep him in the 18 in the Chevys because he's not under contract with Toyota.
Right.
Only Heim and Nemechek are.
Yep.
Which, if you're going that route, then if you're going with the route you're saying, him going to a Tory, I say switch Ankrum and Heim. You catch my drift there.
It's possible.
You put they put Heim in the 16. They take Ankrum to the Chevys for the first time.
Yeah. I mean, anything is possible. Anything in this case is possible. So, was there another piece of silly season?
Not silly season, but Larson did get a contract extension all the way through 2026.
Which saw that coming.
Yeah.
Which was great. It's
Uh,
great.
let me check my source real quick.
Your source. Your source. Might as well do the same thing. News. What other stuff are we probably missing?
Parker Ratcliffe parted way with Ryan Sieg
Hmm.
with the Ryan Sieg Racing,
Interesting.
which I thought that was going to be really good for him. I thought he would be on full time next year with that team.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Doing how well he was.
Yeah.
Ryan Ellis back with Alpha Prime for 2033.
Yep.
Jesse Lowe announced retirement. Oh, here we go. Here's your information. Ford Performance will field a new model car for 2024.
Oh, real? Oh, that is real?
Beginning in 2024, Ford will field the seventh generation Ford Mustang in the NASCAR Cup Series.
That's real? Oh my gosh! I was looking. I've seen like the little thingamabobbers on Instagram. You know, the 3D renders of it on Instagram. That's real?
Look around my source. Look, it has a picture.
Your source? What?
Around the track, NASCAR on Facebook.
Oh.
Oh, in the schedules.
Yeah, the schedule. The schedule is kind of the same, but it's different. You know.
I feel like there's some notable stuff we need to mention
Chicago.
on it too. Not just the Chicago Street Course, and not just the fact that North Wilkesboro is the All-Star race.
I'm really
I think
happy.
we mentioned that before, but I have to point that out. Or I should mention that the Milwaukee Miles in the truck playoffs next year.
Yeah. Oh, thank goodness that Milwaukee's back.
Other than that, on the Cup Series side, everything's the same. The Auto Club race will be the last race on the actual oval until they configure it to a short track.
Still hate that.
I agree. North Wilkesboro is the All-Star race. One-off week, Chicago Street race. Richmond, Michigan, everything's still the same. They even have the same schedule, same playoff schedule, Cup Series side. See if I can find the trucks. Try to find the truck and Xfinity because I think they have a little bit of difference in that too.
They probably do.
Xfinity, here we go. Their Xfinity is also going to be racing at the Chicago Street Course.
They're going back to Portland.
Yep, they're going.
Yeah.
They're going back to Portland. They're racing in Sonoma. I
Yeah.
didn't see that one.
They're back.
The Xfinity is racing at Sonoma. I didn't even see that one.
They're back at Sonoma. Oh, thank goodness.
And the Bristol is the first race of their playoffs.
Wow. How about that? It is.
They're back up,
Yeah.
and they're still at Road America.
Oh. Well, hey. At least NASCAR's still at Road America to some capacity, but
And And we mentioned the Craftsman Truck Series. Bristol Dirt, Martinsville, Kansas, Darlington, North Wilkesboro will actually be a race in the Truck Series.
Hallelujah.
So the Truck Series has both the North Wilkesboro and the Milwaukee Mile.
Oh, thank
Let's
goodness.
just point this out that Knoxville is not in this race, not in this
They're,
schedule at all.
hey, I think they might have caught on to something with Knoxville. That track really wasn't a good track for the Truck Series anyway. I see it more as a Knoxville Nationals kind of track for dirt late models, sprint cars, quarter midgets.
They need to get Eldora back, if I have to be completely honest.
Honestly, they should. They really should. I really don't think they should run the trucks at Bristol Dirt. Maybe if you're gonna have two dirt tracks on the schedule, of course if you could keep Bristol Dirt, but if there's a track, I think you should probably take out in place for Eldora. It's also kind of tough to pick one. Take out the second Kansas date.
I was actually going to say Mid. Well, I mean, Mid Ohio was a good race. To be completely honest, but I mean, Mid Ohio is not a really popular road course, though.
Hmm.
But I would agree about taking out a second Kansas race to put that in two and make it a playoff race. So,
Hey, playoff race on dirt. There you go. That's the cutoff.
but yeah, that is the schedule, and there's a lot of there's a lot of changes, a lot of cool changes, especially bringing old tracks back and showing up to new tracks as well.
Yeah,
So,
I'm really
schedule,
happy for that. Oh, man.
this is going to be a crazy, crazy schedule coming into next year in 2023.
Alrighty though. I think that's all we've got, right?
That, that's all. That's all the news.
All right. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and preview Texas. Where the stars at night are big and bright deep in the heart of Texas, even though they're going to be racing during the daytime and the sun is going to be big and bright, and that is the only star that is big and bright. But that's during the daytime. So it's Xfinity and Cup Series. Trucks is off until Talladega, right?
Yeah, to the next week, which is Talladega.
So it is the opening race for round 1 of the Xfinity Series. It is also the opening race for round 2 in the Cup Series. What do you think we're going to see to kick both rounds off?
Well, the last few years, Texas hasn't really been the spark track. It's had, especially in most recent races, hasn't been the best track, unfortunately.
Yeah. Texas has been more of that. Sorry.
Which, by the way, on the schedule, they actually took out Texas to put North Wilkesboro.
Meh.
So I want to point that out.
Yeah.
If that says anything.
Yeah, that just says that Texas is a piss break race.
Until they put the configuration back where it was before, Texas is going downhill.
Oh yeah, they've been going downhill for years, ever since that track was ever created. Let's be honest. No, yeah, I'd say I'd echo off of that. More, I think the type of racing that we might see, it'll be good for a few laps, probably. For that's just for Xfinity. For Cup, that's the question mark. But I'd say Texas is probably going to be that catch your breath race. After what we saw at Bristol, we're going to need a catch your breath race. Or a piss break race, for that matter. Piss break weekend, for that matter. All right.
I will say a lot of these guys will be looking at Texas as a must-win, so they don't have to worry about the carnage of Talladega.
Oh, absolutely. Somebody's winning. but nonetheless, I think that's all we can really say. But here we go for predictions. For those that don't know, who are brand new to the show, have no idea how we do our predictions, here's how we do them. Driver to win. Pretty simple. Pretty self-explanatory. The driver to stay away from is the driver that has been doing well the last couple weeks, or we're just coming up to a track to where they just suck at. The dark horse is the exact opposite. And, yep, we're still going to be going with chase contenders. Get ready for a piss break race. Get your cots ready. Probably go to sleep. Probably for the Xfinity race. I don't know so much about Cup, but anyways, Wyatt, here we go. You're up first.
Let's start off with Xfinity. Now that we know our playoff guys, let's start off with the dark horse. My dark horse, I think I'm actually gonna go with Josh Berry. He's pretty good on the mile, mile and a half. I don't think he actually raced Texas, unless he filled in for a net. I don't remember.
I don't know.
But I know he's pretty okay in the mile and a half. He's starting to become really good at different types of tracks, and first playoff appearance, I think he's going to do good. Josh Berry is my dark horse. My driver to stay away from, this is kind of easy. Jeremy Clements.
Yeah.
My driver to win. He's going to go 4 in a row. He almost won in 2020 if Harrison Burton didn't have that Hail Mary of a last lap 2 years ago. I think Noah Gragson will get the win. Go 4 in a row.
Oh boy. Oh boy. That'll be fun.
Noah Gragson is starting to have a Kyle Larson season last year.
I see that. I really do see that.
Now for the Cup. This one is a lot harder than you think. I'm going to go bold. I wouldn't say bold, but pretty alright.
Yeah.
My dark horse. Damn, even for dark horse and win, I'm stuck between these few drivers. You know what? My gut's still saying he'll go for a win, so I'm just going to keep him as a win. My dark horse, I'm going Ross Chastain.
All right.
Ross Chastain is one of the good guys, a mile and a half, and if he gets good here, he's a damn good plate racer. He won Talladega.
You better not lift off like he did in the All-Star race.
Exactly. That's why him and a few others were guys I had in mind on there too. But this guy, I think this is a good winner, and we'll see here in a minute. My driver stay away from. I think I'm gonna go Chase Briscoe.
I see that.
Briscoe's a safe bet, but my driver to win. He has been on a hot streak this playoffs. Hot streak to playoffs, and even the last few races in the second race at Texas, he's been on fire. And it would not surprise me he got that win to lock him in. Christopher Bell. And I'm not even being biased saying this either. If you look back, Christopher Bell has had one of the best first round playoffs besides Hamlin and Byron.
Yeah.
And he's having good momentum going in. And I see that going to Texas. I think another one of his best tracks. His rookie year, he got third. I don't remember where he finished in 2021.
can't remember.
in either race. But I think with a good car, good season he has, I think he's gonna win Texas and lock him in that final round.
Well, it is very, very possible. But alrighty, folks, it's my turn. So here we go. For my driver to win, and really, my brain is looking at him, and I'm just thinking, my heart is saying, do I have to? Do I have to?
You have to.
Ty Gibbs is gonna be my winner.
Holy crap! He actually said it.
It's the same thing when I said it. When I predicted he was gonna be a champion. I think he's opening up the chase with the win.
And I just want to point this out. He's told me a few weeks ago he would never pick him as a driver to win or dark horse, and look at him now. He just picked him as a winner.
I'm eating my words, okay? Leave me alone. Let me eat my words in peace.
Never.
Well, you said that Cindric wasn't going to make it through round 1, or Josh really did still, and you agreed with him. And look at you both. You're eating your own words. And you're eating his words. You're eating his words. Driver to stay away from. Hey, I got you there, so that's fair. Driver to stay away from. I'm going to challenge myself here. You go with Jeremy Clements. I'm going with Riley Herbst.
Okay.
I'm challenging myself here. Don't get me wrong, Herbst runs fairly consistent, but it's kind of that consistent where it's up and down, kind of like a roller coaster. So
And I don't think he's done all that one in Texas either. So that's a big hit.
not that I recall. Well, my dark horse, on the other hand, dark horse on the other hand, he might win. He might not win. I'm still saying Noah Gregson's my dark horse. Because don't get me wrong, 3 in a row, great. 4 in a row will be spectacular, but if he doesn't, he'll get a good finish. He's got the speed. Like this has been his season as well. I mean, still.
Let's just say this: if he even gets enough points, I'd say if he wins both stages, get those extra 20 points, and get those extra 2 playoff points, he might just get locked in.
Maybe.
Just by winning or not.
Maybe. Absolutely. All right. For the Cup Series, here we go. The biggest question mark of them all for the weekend. Driver to win. Ooh. Oh boy. I'm going to say this. He won the All-Star race. I think he's going to win this one. Ryan Blaney's going to be my driver to win. Pretty bald, I know, but still. I think Blaney might have this. Not in the bag, but I think he might pull something towards the end. Now, driver to stay away from. I'm probably going to say for my driver to stay away from. I'm keeping my eye on. Dang. That's not the driver I'm keeping my eye on, but I think I'm going to say, man, this is really tough. William Byron's going to be my driver to stay away from. Listen, he'll show that he has speed, but I think there probably might be one mulligan in the pits that'll cost him. One mulligan. And I think that mulligan will be caused under green flag conditions. So he's my driver to stay away from. He'll most likely prove me wrong, but what am I to say? Dark horse. Oh boy, dark horse. I'm gonna say for my dark horse. My dark horse is going to be you might have a question on this one. Might. I'm going to say Alex Bowman is going to be my dark horse. Look at the face.
Alright.
I thought you just like jerked your head back and you're like, why did he pick him? No, that's...
They're questioning it, but that's not too terrible. I liked it.
Alright. Well, you're still questioning
You know
it, though.
what? Yeah. You know what drivers we did not say at all? That
Larson's one.
Larson, yeah. Larson is actually surprised. He was a hard pick for me. Like, I was so set on Christopher Bell winning. So I feel like that is one of his best chances to win, especially on the speed he's been showing.
Yeah.
Larson's won there last year. And even though he don't have the speed as last year, he's still pretty good. He ran up front at the All-Star race. Chase Elliott, too.
Oh, yeah.
Both instances, but I wanted to go with my gut.
But still, alrighty. I think we've talked about everything we needed to. So, Wyatt, any final thoughts before we get the Texas weekend underway?
Let's get the round of 12 started.
Alrighty.
And actually, both round of 12s. If you think about it.
Yeah.
Let's get both the round of 12 started.
Well, that pretty much is going to do it. I want to thank you guys a lot for watching and listening. If you're listening on Spotify, be sure to hit that follow button so that way you don't miss a single replay of all these GTN episodes that are uploaded Thursdays at either 11 a.m. or 12 p.m. Eastern. And if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to give this a like. And if you haven't considered subscribing yet, I recommend you do so to keep up with some fine content coming out in the near future. That pretty much does it for me, or us rather. On behalf of Wyatt Walker, I'm Elijah Leonard signing out. And we'll see you on the next one.
See ya.